Okay, I am live. Alright, so well, I'm waiting for people to show up. I'm just gonna get situated here. Poor lighting, ignore that. I just want to ramble about some stuff tonight. Kind of felt like making a video, but not really, because I didn't want to have to edit it. So, if anybody shows up, we can talk about it. If not, that's cool. I'll talk to myself. A couple things on the agenda today. So, today, day 299 of my run streak. That's pretty cool. Hard to believe I've already got that much time in. Tomorrow's going to be 300 days. I've got a 5K race. Good way to hit that milestone. Somebody join. Show yourself. Who is it? Chat me. Byron, hey buddy, what's up, man? So this is completely unplanned. By all means, if you want to try to bring people in, I don't know how long I'm going to talk for, but just wanted to chat about a couple things. Run streak, legal weed in Canada, all kinds of stuff. It's a random Friday night sitting here on the couch under my comfy blanket, trying to stay warm. It's cold here. So, yeah, not a whole lot going on though. Like I was saying, tomorrow is day 300 of my run streak, and you know, that's pretty crazy to think it's already been that much time. Craziness. Got a 5K. Gonna try to in the morning. Gonna try to break my personal best. I've got a 21:58 personal best, so I'd like to do about 21:30 tomorrow if I can. How's the audio? Can you hear me all right? Yeah, 300 down, 65 to go. Exactly. Poor lighting. I'm just sitting in my living room. I've got a lamp here. It's the best I can do. I don't care. Audio, thumbs up. All right, cool. Yeah, 65 days to go. So actually, it's kind of cool that I was talking to my running group on Sunday, and I think a few of them are going to do something with me on New Year's Eve, like New Year's Eve day. I don't know. We'll do like a group run or something, maybe like finish up with beer. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. I think that's a Monday and I work that day. I'm probably going to have to work that day, that is. So I don't know. I want to do something half epic though. All right, somebody else just showed up. Show yourself. Who are you? Show yourself in the chat, please. Who do we got? We've got Byron and somebody else. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna do something anyway to end the run streak. I was gonna do something kind of epic, like I wanted to do something crazy, like maybe even run like a solo marathon or something, but you know, unsupported. But not gonna do that because if I do have to work that day, then I'm pretty much gonna have no daylight at all to work with. I really don't want to run a marathon in the dark. I might do something if I can get the day off. I might do something like that. Maybe not like a full marathon, but I might do like a 20 miler or something just to finish it off with a bang. But yeah, that's that. So I don't know if you've heard, but Canada has clocks go back 1 hour on Sunday. Really? Yeah, it's soon. I don't think it's. I don't think it is this Sunday here, but it will be soon. Yeah, we lose so much time, man. We don't have much time in the evenings as it is. It's pretty much getting dark by about 6:30 now. So, but yeah. So I don't know if Byron, you, and whoever else is watching has realized or has known about it, but Canada has legalized marijuana. So I wanted to touch on that. And I'll probably make a video separate about this, but I never thought I'd see the day, to be honest. Like, that's insane to me. Um, it doesn't make any difference to me because I don't use it, but I used to. Um, like, we're only the second country in the world to actually have legalized marijuana. It's us and Uruguay. And, like, it's legal in some states in the US, but it's still federally illegal. And I know there's places in the world that you can go and you can use it and buy it and stuff, and it's not a big deal. But here's the thing about the legalization of weed. It's weird because, um, the whole platform and the whole thing was they want to try to like regulate it so that it can't be in the hands of getting in the hands of the young people. But like under this new legal laws, I can walk down the street with an ounce in my pocket. Sure, I couldn't have it like, geared up in dime bags and ready to sell or whatever. You're not allowed to sell it, but like, how easy would it be to like start dealing drugs? I'm not going to do that, but like, it would be super, super easy now, way easier now to like actually sell drugs to kids because I can just walk down the street perfectly legal with up to 30 grams in my pocket. Before, you would at least couldn't do that. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know how they think this is gonna like get less weed in the hands of kids, but I don't see that happening. And the only thing that I think they're gonna try to do is like maybe stay competitive with. They'll probably like try to stay competitive with the black market because it's not like crazily overpriced or anything like that. So they might try to stay competitive, try to like take the business away from the dealers and stuff, and then they'll probably like um, jack the prices or something. So they're probably like hoping they can get people to stop buying illegally, but it's crazy. Just tweeted out the stream. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Like I say, I don't really have too much of a plan for this. I don't know if people join. That's great. It says 3 watching. One of them is me on my laptop. One of them is you. I don't know who the third person is. Feel free to chat if you want to show yourself. If not, you can remain anonymous. That's fine. But yeah, like one of the other things about the legal marijuana here in Canada now is a lot of people have been complaining about how much plastic there is. Like there's just so much packaging, and they're saying it's because they want it to be child-proof and like smell-proof and stuff like that. But like it would like a gram of weed, which is not big at all, comes in a container which is probably like this tall. This is an 8-ounce glass, so it's probably at least like this tall and probably like wider than this. So might as well tax it and spend it on schools and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's going to create revenue. It's going to create tax dollars. That's for sure. I mean, I'm okay with it. It's just there's a lot of things that don't make sense with how it was. Can you recycle the tubs? See, I don't know. I think they're recyclable, but it's like it's a crazy amount of plastic because it comes in a container, and then inside that there's plastic packaging and like that stuff that you have to like anything that comes in like that plastic you basically need to cut in with scissors to get something out of it. I don't know. How scissors sometimes come in plastic that you need other scissors to cut them out of. There's like that kind of plastic inside this tub. It's insane. Like it's a lot of plastic. What they should do is they should have some sort of a sort of like a deposit, like on a water bottle or on whatever, where you bring your container back in and then you don't get charged for that again. They just put your weed in there or whatever, and then you take it out and seal it up. It should be like that, but like computer memory cards, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that just comes in ridiculous amounts of plastic. But anyway, I don't know, just kind of wanted to get some thoughts out on that. As far as it being like cool for people just to walk around and smoke weed, like I'm okay with that completely. I have no problem with it at all. Mason jars would work better, and they'd also would like block the smell and stuff. Yeah, that's a great idea. But yeah, like again, I don't have any issue with people smoking weed. When I was a teenager into my early 20s, I smoked it regularly. Like I don't have a problem with it. It is like a kind of a different perception and a different reality for sure. But weed's better than alcohol. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. In a lot of ways, it is. If you're doing it every day, like with anything, it can kind of change things up a little bit. But um, I do think it's good that people, if they just want to do it recreationally, they can just do it. You know what I mean? Like from 18 to 32. Yeah, for me, it was probably like I did start it a little bit earlier. I was probably like, I think I was like 15 when I tried it first, and probably like 16 when I was smoking it regularly. But pretty much gave it up by early 20s. Had it a few times since, but definitely not in the last few years. And 35 now, so um, you know, I have nothing against it, like I said, and I would probably, not that I care about what's legal, because obviously as a vegan and stuff, like I realize that legality and morality are two completely different things that don't necessarily go hand in hand. So I'm not like morally opposed to weed, but and maybe I would try like some of the edibles or whatever every now and then, but I just have no desire to actually like smoke weed again, because like having smoked cigarettes for 15 years as well, and getting rid of that habit, I have no desire to smoke anything. Just to actually put smoke into my lungs, like I just really don't want to do that. Not that I think that if I started smoking a little bit of weed every now and then that I would like um start smoking cigarettes again, but it's a slippery slope. Um, didn't I have a vote on an animal issue? Yeah, there's been a few things that have kind of come up in a while. Oh, on the cigarettes too, from 18 to 32. Yeah, there's been a few things that have come up, recently on the animal front. They did just pass a bill. It's not like in effect and in law yet, but they did just pass a bill recently where we're pretty much en route to like banning the captivity of like dolphins and orcas and stuff like that. So basically, any aquatic life is going to be pretty much banned from being kept in like aquariums or zoos or things like that. Now, I don't know how that'll work with a place like Vancouver Aquarium, who they do a lot of like rescue and rehabilitation with different kinds of cetaceans and stuff that are having issues out in the Pacific Ocean, get caught up in nets and stuff like that, and all kinds of crazy shit out there on the West Coast. I don't agree with some of the things that they do. Like, I definitely understand when rescued animals like can't get released back in the wild, maybe because they were like rescued really young or something. Like if they were orphaned, and they might not be, they might just be dependent on the captivity at that point. Like I get that, but so I don't know if there's going to be any like different situations for them, if they're going to have some kind of leeway. But at the same time, yeah, it probably is different for sanctuaries, but they're not really a sanctuary either. They are still charging admission. They are still a for-profit aquarium, even though they do this kind of rescue work. They also, for some of the species that are getting low in population, they do breed these animals. Now it is to try to get the populations back up, and there's some releasing and stuff, but they have traded back and forth with other aquariums and like worked with SeaWorld and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of like I really don't want to support them, even though they do some small amount of positive work that I can like actually, you know, I can actually appreciate. But yeah, so that was one of the things anyway that's come up recently in Canada. We've been fighting and trying to get the seal hunt ended, for a long time. That's BS. And the worst thing about that is that most people, I think, don't really understand what the commercial seal hunt is. They think that somehow, people who are trying to ban the commercial seal hunt are like telling the Inuit what to do, or like trying to like make it so that Inuit people can't hunt seal, like, which is for them an actual matter of survival, living in extremely high, northern climates. Not that I agree with it, but like they're not my target audience, obviously, as a vegan activist. Um, yeah, the commercial seal hunt. I mean, it's just crazy. Like it's a bunch of people going out and literally clubbing baby seals to death, like thousands and thousands of them, and that's craziness. Like that needs to end. That's just a for-profit thing. I think the original intent was to keep the seal population down so that fisheries would still be able to thrive. But so we go and club a bunch of innocent seals so that we can then catch and eat a bunch of innocent fish. Like, no, screw that. Screw that. So what do you got going on tonight, man? It is what, 12:30 there? Yeah, tradition like bullfighting circuses, exactly. It's bullshit. There's probably some economic reasoning for it, like I said, but yeah, 12:30, cool. Or 00:30. Like I've noticed that you do use like 24-hour format pretty frequently. Is that pretty common, like in the UK, to use the 24-hour format? Like I know the French do, but like around here we would just say, yeah, it's 10:30, and we would say AM PM if necessary, but we'd say it's 8:30, 10:30, 12:30, whatever, and we wouldn't really write it out in like the 24-hour format. So I'm just curious, like, is that kind of the standard over there, or is that just your personal preference? That's how it is on your phone. Cool. Right on. Well, that's what it'll be. Well, it looks like it's just me and you watching now. And of course, that's just so I can see the chat on my laptop. Easier than trying to keep up on my phone. So I don't know who that third person was, but they ducked out. That's no problem. Did I hear about Prop 12? Prop 12, Prop 12. That does ring a bell. And I'm trying to think of what that is. I've been seeing a lot on my feed lately, and so please go ahead and explain that to me if you don't mind. Maybe I can look it up. Prop 12, Prop 12, California. Promises cage free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I just looked it up and see that now. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's where I saw it. Happy Healthy Video, yes. I didn't actually watch the video yet, but I did see that pop up. I've got I've tapped the bell, the notification bell, so I do see when they upload a video every time, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. So yeah, the bigger cages for California animals. I mean, obviously, any reduce suffering, everybody's for it. Animal industry's against it. Yeah, of course the industry's against it. That's just more cost to them. I mean, obviously, any reduction in animal suffering is great. Like, it's a better than kind of a situation. Um, while I'm never going to just advocate for bigger cages, obviously, if that becomes the standard, then that's better in the interim while we wait for animal liberation. But yeah, I mean, the industry, of course, that's gonna cut into their profits. That's more square footage they're going to require. Um, probably a lot more different costs, and good. Like, screw them, I don't care. And hopefully, things like this. See, here's the thing: these these animal welfare things. Okay, Peter against it because they want yeah, yeah. I know. I'm actually wearing a PETA shirt, but I'll talk about PETA in a second. Uh, one of the things that is interesting to me, and one of the things that I think a lot of people don't really get is like, okay, so the bigger cages thing, that's going to make it more difficult and less profitable for these industries, which may, in turn, and likely, jack up some pricing and make things more expensive, which is going to probably, cause more and more people, more consumers to actually think about, okay, well, do I have like a cheaper option here? And especially with the rise of plant-based foods and those prices starting to stabilize because that market is thriving. All of these things that even though they're not ideal, and obviously I'm not going to just say, hey, like, let's just go for animal welfare stuff, they still do have an impact and they still will, like, potentially make companies have to, raise prices and things, which is going to shift the market towards plant based. It's a small degree, sure, and I'm not like trying to rationalize, an apologist approach, but like, or a welfarist approach, I should say, because obviously I want the animals to be free, but, it still plays a role. As far as PETA goes, they went cageless, wasn't on the ballot, like you say. It also affects any meat coming in, going, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it all makes a difference, and it all makes it harder for that industry to thrive. So, that's good news. PETA, you know, I do believe that in a lot of cases, many of their campaigns are very narrow-minded, are very, like, they seem to be kind of rushed in a lot of cases. I think that overall, when you look at, animal rights as a whole, wasn't even really on the map at one point. And so obviously organizations like PETA do make a difference and have made things better, but like it's kind of like saying that, having more humane and more efficient ways of killing animals is better. Like, yeah, you can argue all those things, but I don't know. I'm still very on the fence about like how much I'm like, yay, I love PETA, but I do of course think that their existence, their um, they've made good strides, they've made things, they've made people think about it, and so I'm sure that overall they've been a huge help for animals. They voted for Cage Free 2022. This is a stepping stone. Yeah, I mean, you know, it sucks that we need to take small steps, but that's the way industry works. I mean, it's rare that you're going to have industries just like switch to plant-based overnight. As we've seen, there are some companies, you hear the stories, you see the stories on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, they've made animal welfare global. Exactly. So, I mean, they've put animal rights and animal welfare on the map and have people thinking about it. So, kudos to them for that. Um, and yeah, like I was saying, it sucks that there needs to be stepping stones and baby steps because obviously animals continue to die. But, unless it's one of those companies that are just going to switch overnight because the owners are like, oh man, like we need to do this for their own moral and ethical reasons, or we've seen some dairy companies that are just like, well, this is clearly not working, or switching to plant milks because they're following the market. In most cases, industries like to hold on to what they know. They don't like to make a drastic overnight change. Same as with the company that I work for. Like, yeah, we've made some changes to the processes over the years, but like, we wouldn't just like stop making the thing that we make and then next week start making something else. I know, of course, that there's no lives on the line, and so it's not quite a fair comparison, but it is kind of how business works. You got stakeholders, board members, all kinds of shit. So I should watch that Happy Healthy Vegan video though, because I really do appreciate. I don't know if Angie was in the video with him, but I know that Ryan does very well when he, puts a lot of thought into these videos and chats about the pros and cons. So one thing I really like about him and like about their channel is that, they maintain kind of a level of rationale and calmness, even in the face of like very disturbing and infuriating stuff sometimes, you know. Ryan and Angie were both there. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it, you know, like they stay pretty chill, which I do like, but they also are able to present things in what I perceive to be a very non-biased way, even though they're clearly, you know, arguing for veganism and for the animals. Um, I think they do it in a way that makes sense. Restaurant chains in America sorry, started reading that and had a yawn attack. So, oh, gotta hit my button here. Got a notification on my phone down to 20% battery. Okay. Restaurant chain in America started Meatless Mondays. The whole shitstorm kicked off on Twitter. Oh, yeah? Who was that, I wonder? I didn't see that. I wonder what company that was. I should look into that. And of course, I would do so on my phone, but I'm using that to record. So um, I need to get a good webcam or something. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Meatless Mondays, like, you know, there you go. It's another situation where it's like, obviously, I'm not going to promote that as the end goal, but hell, it makes a difference. 1 out of 7 days, that's 14% of the time that people are like not eating meat. So let's say it's probably not quite, but you know, you could at least say that's probably 10% less animals that are getting killed for food. You know, maybe it's not the full 14% because people are probably still doing like dairy and cheese and all that stuff. But I mean, 10% fewer animals getting killed for food, while not ideal, is still a massive reduction when you look at like 56 billion animals a year. So that's pretty good. Yeah, 10 million animals or something like that. Exactly. I mean, it, honestly, I think the biggest thing we need to address, though, land animals. Yeah. Um, One of the things that like I definitely need to I definitely want to like make sure that people realize, and something that I want to try to get the point across is with marine life. Like, yes, what's happening to land animals is ridiculous and it's horrible, of course. But like, I'm so disgusted to live in an area that's like basically just grew because of the fishing industry. Like this entire area only thrived essentially. Well, like there was some farmland and stuff, but like basically this is all like fishing towns and villages and shit. And like that was like the main trade here. So the fishing industry is like horrible. And maybe it wasn't quite what it was, you know, like back in the day, because they weren't like literally dragging against the ocean floor and just taking everything with it. But I mean, you know, it's just amazing how many people don't even consider fish. And then they don't even think about like all of the crazy, you know, bycatch numbers, like, and just the devastation that it does. We were the biggest thing in fishing 50 years ago. Yeah, I mean, you know, you think about it, like, think about the UK, think about, you know, basically from New England up here. Well, really the entire eastern seaboard, like the North Atlantic. I mean, I'm sure it exists elsewhere as well, but like, you know, thinking about everything that we have done to the sea life, that's just crazy, man. And like, I still have like friends and, well, acquaintances, I should say, and stuff that still go out on the fishing boats, and that's what they do. Like, they might even take vacation from the regular jobs and go out and do 2 or 3 weeks on a boat because they're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's just insane to think that, like, we're still going out there and doing that in this day and age. Like, it's sickening. So coming from, I guess my point is coming from a place that's like really rich in like a fishing um, economy and lifestyle, I want to push just how like horrible for the planet and obviously for the animals the fishing industry is, so that people are like, oh wow, that actually directly affects me. And you know, like I actually know a bunch of fishermen and stuff, and then they can have that conversation. Came to me on the East Coast from Europe down the M62. built to get across to the west and out to America. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't drink a lot of soda, pop, soda, whatever. I don't know what you guys call it over there. A lot of people in Canada will call it pop. US calls it soda, but I don't drink much, but I was just craving some sugar tonight, so there you go. Why would you want to eat, sleep, and live on a boat? Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. Fizzy drink. There you go. Bubbly. The bubbly. But not Chardonnay. Yeah, why would you want to eat, sleep, and live on a boat? I know, it's crazy. I mean, I like taking the ferry from the northern part of Nova Scotia over to Newfoundland, over to the island on our east coast there. Because I've got family that lives on the west coast of Newfoundland, so I haven't gone in a while, but like it used to be when I lived at home that every other summer we would drive down from kind of like the western part of Nova Scotia and drive down to the other end. And then you take a ferry across. It's like 6 hours or something. And, that was cool. Like I like being out on a boat for a few hours while traveling somewhere. But to spend weeks just being dirty and salty and like cold and yeah, wet, like man, that just sucks. Like I can't I don't know, man. There's not yeah, there's probably like a dollar value that could convince me to do it. Like not now obviously going fishing like as a vegan, but like before there was probably a number that could have convinced me, but it would have to be really damn high. Like I don't think you could pay me enough. Like there wouldn't be enough money in it that someone would offer me enough that I could do that. That's just crazy. And then like, seasickness and stuff, I'm sure you get used to it after a while. Everyone says you do, but yeah, screw that. Well, I don't know. 2 weeks on, 1 week off, won't be that rich. Yeah, exactly. Get a real job, hippie. Um, Enough about fishing, though. Screw fishermen. Um, oh, yeah. So, something else that happened here is so I think today or tomorrow is the first day of hunting season, deer hunting season with a rifle. It Bow season was I think a couple weeks. They give you like 2 or 3 extra weeks, but um, yeah. So now of course with like running on the trail that's near my house and running on the regular like the rail to trail isn't an issue. That shouldn't be a problem, but like now I have to worry about like going out in the woods if I want to like run on some back trails or into the woods and worry about hunters out there. Like, ah, man, it's 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 so annoying because I already hate them for what they stand for already. But then to actually be concerned that like you might get shot because you're out for a run and some idiot with a gun like doesn't pay attention. The Twitter war was 10 carnies. 10 carnies. I don't know. The Twitter war was with 10 carnies. Oh, there was just 10 of them in general? But who was the company that like over Meatless Mondays? Look who it is. Hey Sean, what's up, man? Good to see you here, brother. So Byron, Nagiv athlete, is a great dude if you don't already know him. When I was in Phoenix in April, another day, another run and dreamy draw. Man, I'm so jealous, man. I'm so jealous. Yeah, when I was down in Phoenix in April for a conference down there, I got to meet up with Sean. I only knew him through just kind of like knowing who he was through Strava, and then I'd seen him in a couple of videos before with like Tim Sheaf, and yeah, I met up for a run in the mountains. And I say mountains, but like to you, it's just little hills now. But yeah, it was cool. That was nice. So thanks again. Appreciate the guided tour. That was rough, man. That was real rough after traveling and stuff, and then being out with some customers and having some late nights and partaking in some alcoholic beverages. Uh, that was rough. This sea level boy who's used to high humidity and cool fresh air, not used to that dry desert heat. And it wasn't even hot that day yet. Well, not quite. Um, anyway, I'm gonna try to get back down there someday, and we'll have another one. We'll have another run for sure. Felt tough for you today as well. A little sick, lungs didn't. Yeah, yeah, it sucks. I had a pretty bad cold for a couple weeks. I mean, I still got my run streak in and stuff. I was telling Byron tomorrow's 300 days. Got a 5K like 5K race in the morning, so good way to hit 300. But yeah, I had a couple weeks where I really wasn't feeling too hot at all. I was just still congested, and so I'd hope to do some more like track kind of workouts and speed work leading up to this. Really want to break my personal best to finish off the year, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. I'd like to come in, 30 seconds faster because I really haven't raced a 5K since like June, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be right around the freezing mark too, so I really don't know how to dress. It's going to be weird, but still getting used to that too. It's probably still like what, 80 degrees down there, and I'm having a hard time because it's right around freezing, and we've started to see like a few little flurries and stuff. Not ready for this, man. Not ready at all. Might be doing a marathon in January. Nice. Did a run the other day, 10 miles, 620 pace. Yeah, that was, I think I saw that one. I've definitely seen a couple recently where you've had a nice pace, man. Um, 620 pace, like I can't even hold that. I haven't even run a 620 mile, I don't think. But now my laptop's being dumb. My laptop keeps losing internet connection. So I had it open here in front of me so I could actually just kind of watch the chat there instead of having to watch it come up on my screen here. But it's doing its thing where it lost internet connection again. So I'll go ahead and reset it. But oh well. Yeah. Anyway, my point is, or what I was going to say there is, I have not yet run a 620 mile. I don't do a lot of like lower distance kind of stuff really, but I do want to work on speed, and I think that would be awesome to start getting in some really nice, faster paces. I definitely want to lose like another 15 pounds or something. Um, that would help for sure. Another 10, 15. Byron says, went and got it. It was Panera Bread restaurant. Okay, so Panera Bread started doing a meatless Monday, and that's what everyone was blowing up on Twitter. That's hilarious. So are they like not serving meat at all on that one day, or is it just like this was kind of a suggested thing? So they just weren't doing it at all then. No meat at all. That's awesome. I mean, that's pretty cool that they're actually just making that a thing. And of course, yeah, you get so many customers who just be like, blah blah, you can't do this. How dare you force that upon us? Just go somewhere else on Mondays then. Carnies are hilarious, man, because they're like, I can't believe you would force this upon us in a lot of cases, but like they don't have a billion different options. We're sitting over here. Well, Sean, you're pretty well off, man. You got like quite a few good places to go, but like I'm sitting here up in Nova Scotia thinking, okay, so I don't have a vegan restaurant within like I don't have a vegan restaurant within an hour drive of me, an exclusively vegan place. So I'm just happy for whatever options I have. And these carnists act like they don't have a million different places to go. It's funny. Just restarted my laptop here. See if I can pick it back up. Now the place just opened. So good. Yeah, nice. When I was in Chicago last month, got to go to Native Foods Cafe. If you ever get a chance to check one of those out, man, oh, that was awesome. Um, I mean, I definitely want to go back to Nami sometime and like grab some, grab in a acai bowl and do some donuts and stuff. You've been there in Cali? Nice. Man, that place is amazing. Chicago's a great city. I loved it there. I was only there a couple days. But being able to actually go and check out, a legit restaurant. I mean, it's greasy. I had like a double jalapeno cheeseburger thing and fries, and I mean, it's not like it was healthy by any means. And I had a couple beer with it too, but I mean, it was worth it. It was so worth it just to be able to experience that. So it's funny, like, you got these people freaking out because Panera Bread's doing a meatless Monday, and like that just screws their entire world. But here I am talking about needing to go like 1,000 miles to a restaurant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's got the actual problems? But that shit's changing though. All right. Okay, my phone's telling me I am at 10%, so I have to plug this in. Let me find my charger. Going to attempt to plug this into my laptop to charge it. Bear with me. Okay, did it work? Yes, it did. But I've got this sitting very precariously. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're good. 2 hours with 10 carnies and King of the Carnies. Oh, Sean Baker. Oh, man. He sucks. Sean Baker's horrible. Like, he is the worst. He is definitely the worst. Of course, got my fruit. So, okay, so you went... All right, let me get this straight, Sean. I just want to make sure I understand this. You went... Are you saying, and of course you got your fruit when you went to Native Foods Cafe? And then also, guess who just moved to Phoenix? I don't know. Who's that? Because if you went to Native Foods Cafe and it's got a bunch of fruit, like, is that really... What are you doing? But they listen to him. He's dangerous. Yeah, Sean Baker is dangerous. He's like Eric Berg. Oh, still high in fruit diet. Yeah. So you're good. You can go and hit up a place like Native Foods or go to Nami and get some donuts and stuff every now and then. I mean, that's not hurting anything. You're high in fruit diet. You've got you've got Dreamy Draw right next door. You can, yeah, no worries. When you eat out, you go hard. Yeah, man, you've earned it. You've earned it for sure. And Byron, yeah, Eric Berg, man, he's such a loser. Um, I mean, you got these people who are like, Gregor moved to Phoenix? Nice, nice, man. That's awesome. He's a good man. I get a kick out of him. Like sometimes when I'm watching his videos, I just think to myself, one of two things is happening here. Either Dr. Gregor is really, really fucking baked right now. Cause he kind of has that sort of like vibe. Or he's just like just one of the most chill people. Like, I don't know. You're meeting him tonight. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so jealous. You're a dick. No, you're not. That's awesome. Ah, I want to meet him. That's cool. Oh, and Byron, the doctor who studied the Inuits, he's actually a doctor of dentistry. They still quote him. Are you talking about Weston Price? I think maybe. Um, I know. Yeah, he always sounds stoned. Man, he should have moved to Canada. We just legalized it. Like it's completely legal Canada wide. They sell it in dispensaries and they sell it in the liquor stores. Um, which probably isn't a good idea. Actually, Byron and I were talking about this earlier. But yeah, so Canada becomes the second country in the world to completely legalize marijuana. It's us and Uruguay. I need a vegan edible now. Yeah, actually, you know what? I was just talking about that too because I mean, I haven't like when I was a teen and into my early 20s, I used to smoke some weed and stuff, but like I don't have any desire to smoke anything. Like I do not want to inhale any smoke because I used to smoke cigarettes too, and I quit that, and I don't even want to like do that, participate at all. But like I don't have any moral opposition to like marijuana at all. So, you know, if there was a good edible option or something, I mean, I can't say I wouldn't do it. I'd probably check it out. Yeah, Weston Price, that's the guy. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I've got a couple of local friends that you know quote Weston Price and talk about him and stuff, and it's like, man, like you've clearly not actually done the research. You've just found something that you wanted to like and you wanted to follow, and so there you are. As long as it doesn't get abused, yeah. And I'm the same way, and you know that's why I'm kind of torn about how I feel about the legalization. I mean, I think it's great that people can, you know, get it and do whatever they want. You can walk down the street with up to 30 grams on you, and you know, so that's good. Like I think you know, it should be a free thing to carry around and stuff. But I don't think it's for everybody. I definitely don't think that people should now just go and start doing it now that it's legal. Like, and you know, a lot of people will. They'll just be like, "Oh, well, it's legal now. I should try it." And then, you know, like it does have the potential to completely change someone's life. You start smoking weed all day, every day, like, yeah, that's going to change your perspective on things. It's going to change your priorities and change your motivation levels. Some people I know are like very, very functional, like they smoke weed every day, no problem, like it's all good. And that can be, you know, that can work. But for me, that didn't work. For a lot of people I know, that didn't work. And so, yeah, it definitely can be abused. And I'm with you on that one. Um, Byron said they only quote two doctors. One is a dentist, the other one got struck off. Yeah. I mean, you know, to be quoting like Weston Price and Sean Baker, yeah, and you bring Gregor, Bernard, Wareham, Con, McDougall, yeah, Esselstyn, Campbell, like Clapper, like there's a million ones that you could just keep adding to that. Um, yeah, exactly. And these are people who've actually, you know, done the work and it's funny because these people don't have anything to gain from it. Like sure, you know, they might sell a book or they might like do whatever, but like no one is getting rich off of promoting a plant-based diet and reversing diseases. Like these people aren't getting rich off of this. They're not pushing a bunch of stuff and like making a shit ton of money. Like, you know, they've some of them have their brand and they've maybe got some merchandise or something and that's cool, but like they're clearly not in it to like just spread some bullshit and make a bunch of money. Like Sean Baker, man, I laugh at that guy. Like he's so comical. He is such a clown. Yep. Baker ain't get rich from promoting carnies, not down at the job center. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. How's the unemployment line working for you, Baker? So Sean, you say that you might be doing a marathon in July. Whereabouts is that? Is it something half local, or is it like crazy trail run, or is it just like a road marathon? Says we got 4 watching. One of them is me. 2 of them are you guys that I've been chatting with. Someone else is obviously here viewing, but is not showing themselves in the chat. It's okay. We don't bite unless you ask us to, um, and as long as you're vegan. If not, we will not bite. But yeah, I'm curious to know a little more about this marathon. Started Halloween season tonight with The Visit, Blair Witch 2, and Creepshow 2 on a local TV station or something. There's we have TV, like we have like digital cable or whatever, but we really don't watch a lot of TV at all. But we do have it because it just made sense with the bundle that we have. Um, but there's one channel, and I don't know what it's called, but they've been running Halloween specials and movies and everything of like all kinds of different genres basically since the first of the month. I think they're even doing like 31 days of Halloween or something. It's been great, man. We've been watching some good stuff. It'll be in January if my knee and body can take it. That 10 miler the other day really boosted. Could have done a half at that pace for sure. Awesome, man. That's good. So let me see. What's that? That's like a 78, 80-minute half, hour 20 or something like that. Don't know if you'd go for sub 3 again, but possible as well. Seeing how your body feels and responds. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, 620 mile. It's somewhere around like an hour 20 half. I mean, sub 3 is definitely possible if that's the kind of if that's the kind of baseline you're working with. I mean, obviously it's a big difference between running a half and a full, but um, yeah, it's doable. Just looking at the math. I'd like to keep marathoning and stuff. I'd like to keep doing distance, but I just feel like just want to build some core strength. I'm gonna stop this run streak on at the end of the year. So I'll be doing something on New Year's Eve to kind of end it off in some sort of half epic way. And then it's going to be nice just taking days off and like cross training days and rest days and stuff. And I think I'll actually will progress a lot quicker as a runner by doing that and mixing things up a little bit. Running every day hasn't really been a challenge, but it will be cool to like see what I can do if I'm focusing on a bunch of different things. I just want to build really good core strength, still shed another few pounds, like I said, and focus on strength and speed. So, 255 already. Don't know if I want to try to break it this time. Enjoying trails so much, might focus more on that now. Do a 50K up there and get more into climbing. Yeah, and see, that's the dilemma for me. Like I want so badly to get into like trail stuff and even more distance and stuff, and I'd love to do like an ultra and stuff. I mean, hell, I'd love to do like 100 miler someday, but at the same time, I also want to like focus on short distance and speed. So I mean, I know I could do like Sage Candidate, any surface, any distance, and just like mix it up, running from like a 10-mile race to 100 miler, but I don't have the time and the dedication to do all that. Like I need to just pick something and stick with it. Byron says they've been advertising the first like crazy. It's Sean Penn in a mini series about the first man to Mars. Okay, yeah. I did see something about that, Byron, and I'm not sure. I thought it was a movie that was coming out, but Apparently it's a mini series. I think that would be cool. I'd like to watch that. You power walk 12-minute miles, do intermittent runs mixed in. That's awesome, man. I'll probably do like I'll probably do some of that on like rest days. Just go out for like a really nice long brisk walk and stuff. I don't know if I'll get like super power walks in, but we'll see. I think right now 50K is possible with your time and how busy you are. Training for 50 plus miles, a lot of time in training. Yeah, that's just it. You know, I don't have any kids. I've got a Monday to Friday 8 to 4:30 job, so there's a lot going for me in that way. But even just training for the two marathons, like I started marathon training on January 1st and ran the second marathon end of July. So it was basically 7 months of training, just a couple weeks in there after the first one in May, and like it takes up a lot of time, and I wasn't even running crazy mileage. Like my biggest week was still under 60 miles. So I don't even know. Like I wouldn't even have the time to just. I could find the time to run more like maybe 80 miles a week, and I could probably do that. Yeah, you've got over 400 kids, exactly. I probably could do like 80-mile weeks and stuff and like get into that, but I would just have no time for anything else. And like as much as I love running, I do like to maintain balance in my life. And obviously, I've got Jamie, I've got my girlfriend, so I wouldn't even see her if I was working full time, running 80 miles a week. We would have our weekends, but of course, I'd be going out for probably like 2 hours on Saturday and 3 or 4 hours on Sunday if I was training for like ultras or whatever. And then here, I don't know. I guess it's different everywhere, but like here, I only have some ideal training time, weather-wise and stuff. All right, cut back now. It's just putting in, taking out, just eating extra food. And when you don't have weight to lose, that's a real hassle. And then there's the wear and tear on your body. Yeah, yeah. Body feels good for around 50 a week as of now. Um, hey, hi all says, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna say red is red, because red is red. Welcome. I'm not sure that I have seen you here before in any capacity, but I appreciate you stopping by. And if in fact your name is Red because red is a good color, I agree. If your name is Red, you're probably pretty red. I don't know you though, but thanks for showing up. Um, Sean, you say 50 a week right now? Yeah, when I was in my peak training for the marathon and stuff, 50 a week felt pretty good. Honestly, it wasn't a big deal, but I wasn't doing as crazy of hard efforts probably. Um, I was running just a lot of like easy mileage, which you probably should do, but um, if you were going to be going into like heavy training, you'd probably be hitting a lot more speed work and stuff than I was. So it says we've got 5 watching right now, according to my phone. Again, one of those is me, so I see 3 of us have commented, or 3 of you have commented. Got to support the vegans. Definitely love the color red. Yeah. All right, right on. Well, thanks for supporting this vegan. Um, and yeah, I don't know what this is even about, but we're just rambling. It's Friday night, and I don't know what's going on. That vegan ultra marathon runner just broke the 80K world record. Which one was that? The vegan ultra marathon runner. Was that? There's a few of them. And the speed is what kills you. Yeah, that's just it. Um, you know, I want to build that base. I want to build that strength to run fast and that endurance in running fast before I get back into distance running. I just feel like that's, for me right now where I'm at, makes the most sense. But vegan ultra marathoner just broke the 80K world record. There are a few. Who was that, Byron? Just out of curiosity. Oh, and also, have any of you seen? Did any of you catch while it was on for free on Vimeo? Um, Keegan Kuhn's new. I'll look it up, Byron. Yeah, I can look that up. That's no problem. Um, Keegan Kuhn's new documentary, "Running for Good," starring Fiona Oakes and her story, because that was awesome. I got to see that. It was on free. You could just stream it online for like 4 days or something when they first released it. That was really really cool. Definitely check that out when you have a chance. Dominion's free on plant-based news. All right, cool. I will check that out as well. Um, Actually, you know what? I'll look up that. I will look up that thing afterwards, Byron. Have any of you seen Dominion? Red is Rad says it's free. I have not seen Dominion yet. I plan to watch it soon. And apparently it is free on plant-based news. So that's what I'll be doing probably this weekend. It's going to rain like crazy on Sunday, so maybe I'll get caught up on a couple of documentaries. Um, oh yeah, Scott Jurek. Yeah. That makes sense. Missed a screening in your area because they didn't list the room it was playing in. Oh, it sucks. Um, whereabouts? Sorry, you don't have to give your city or whatever, but Red is Red. Approximately, where are you located? We've got Byron in the UK, Nagiv Athlete in Arizona, myself in Nova Scotia, Canada, right outside Chicago. Unfortunately. Why unfortunately? Because you're outside of Chicago or because you are close to Chicago? I like Chicago, to be honest. We were just talking about that. Is that woman a long distance runner? Yes, Fiona Oakes is a long distance runner. She holds several records, including the fastest female time total to run a marathon, or actually, I think it was an ultra marathon, but at least a marathon on all 7 continents. And she has won the uh, Marathon du Sable, which is across, I believe, the Serengeti or something. Yeah, and so she does it all just to. She's the one who basically like co-founded Vegan Runners in the UK, and she does it all. Yeah, Oaks, and she does it all just to help get the message out, just get the word vegan out. And it's so funny because I was listening to her on the Rich Roll podcast. That was out recently, somewhere around the beginning of this month, and she's so modest, you know. She's such almost like a self-deprecating kind of a humor. She's like, yeah, I'm just not even really that good of a runner. Only she is. She's actually like an amazing runner. Maybe like, you know, second or third only to like Paula Radcliffe and a couple of others from the area. But she's just like, yeah, you know, I don't even think I'm that good of a runner. I just like to do it for the animals. You know, I just get out there and it's like I've got a job to do. It's like, okay, well you can run way faster for way farther than I ever could dream of. So, um, Red is Red says I don't enjoy this area entirely, especially the weather. Yeah, weather-wise, I hear you because I'm in eastern Canada and Nova Scotia, so it gets pretty cold and wintry. We've seen some flurries, and I've got a 5K race in the morning, and it's going to be right at freezing. So I hear you there. I I did like to visit Chicago when I was there last month. Got to check out Native Foods Cafe and eat a great big vegan double cheeseburger jalapeno popper thing. That was good. Good luck. Stay warm. Yeah, I'm so I don't know what I'm gonna wear because it kind of like went from yeah it's moderately warm to just freezing cold like almost instantly. So It's going to be tough to adjust. I'm trying for my personal best tomorrow, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I don't want to like severely underdress so that I'm, like freezing, can't feel my hands and can't focus. But I also don't want to overdress and like risk, getting too hot and not being able to like just blast it. Got a sub 20 in me. Yeah, man, that's not my goal for tomorrow. I know I'm not going to do that tomorrow, but that's definitely a goal of mine for 2019. So I appreciate that, Sean. Right now I'm sitting at a personal best of 2150 something. And honestly, I mean, I only race like 2 5Ks a year. Like, I just don't even attempt it. Like I've been so focused on distance running and stuff that I know if I put in some time and work and just aim for 5K, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a sub 20 in me as well. Um, but I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that vote of confidence. Alistair Gardner, 80 km world record. I have to be honest, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that person. Um, so I'm gonna have to look them up on plant-based news. There's the link. All right. You know what? I'm gonna open that up in a new tab so that I can look at that later. My laptop came back online, which is good. I think the network card is or whatever, picks up the Wi-Fi. I think it's called a network card. I think that's kind of shot because um, every now and then it just drops off. I can't connect to anything. I've got to restart it, and I don't know what else to do. It's laptop's a few years old now. It works great for everything else that I need to do, but I've noticed anytime that I do any amount of like downloading or anything like that, where it's really working on the internet, that yeah, it just dies basically. Does anyone have any pets? I do. I have. I'm sorry, I'm focused on my hand right now because I have. It feels like I have a small splinter in my hand, but I don't know how that would have happened. Okay. Yes, I do have a couple of pets. I have, although they are basically like my kids. They are my babies. My girlfriend and I got them after we were together for just under a year, I think. And so we have two cats that are from the same litter. They're sisters. They're calico, half Siamese, and they're actually the daughters of the cat that I had before that. Um, and yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful cats, and they are 13 now. They will be 14 in the spring, and they still look like little kittens. And how about yourself? Red is red. Do you have any pets or companion animals, as I like to say? Yes, everybody hit the like button. Good idea, Byron. That's why I gave you the wrench. 2 dogs. Cool. I would like to get a dog sometime, but as of right now, at this point, well, I wouldn't bring another animal into the house just because these cats. This is their domain. Like I said, this is our they're like our kids. Like we don't have any children or anything, so they are basically the kids of the family, and I'm not going to bring any other animals into the home until they are gone. But dogs also are a lot more dependent and a lot more work than cats. So I want to make sure that if I did, rescue a dog or something, that I was like absolutely ready for that responsibility. And I have to say, and I know it sounds kind of selfish, but at this point in time in my life and where I'm at and stuff, especially with, and I know you can get dogs like, that can run with you and stuff, but especially with like kind of where my career is right now and like spending so much time out running and training and things, I would just want to make sure that, I was going to be there for that dog. and I don't think that I'm right there just yet or ready for that kind of commitment. So obviously we got the cats a long time ago. We were really young. Well, I say really young. We were, in our early 20s, but. And there goes Byron with the Instagram link. Go check me out on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. I post fairly regularly. There are things from food pictures to running stats and scenery to just randomosities that may or may not make you laugh. Sometimes they make me laugh. That's about it. I don't have a big Instagram or YouTube following for that matter, but I have fun here. Are they still healthy? I know 13 can be young for a cat. Yeah, they're still pretty healthy. The one has some allergies, and so she's had some issues. Nothing really major yet, but it's possible that she may. She's displaying some potential symptoms of feline diabetes. So we're keeping a close eye on that, and hopefully that's not the case. But they still look like kittens. They're still very, very playful and just full of love and life. So that's good. It's all good. It's all good. We will persevere. So what's everybody got going on this weekend? I'll have to check that out, Byron. I don't know. I'll have to look. Yeah, I'll have to look at what brand that is. Because I know there's a couple different options, and I'm not sure of which one I've definitely done a lot of research on that. Yeah, that's a whole other topic. I can't believe I've been on here already for an hour and 12. You like the shirt? This is red as red. Yeah, so it's just the PETA shirt, animal liberation, human liberation. And we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I don't think you were here yet, but PETA is one of those organizations that I appreciate for many of the things they've done. They've definitely put animal rights and animal welfare on the map. I don't agree with everything they say and do, but I do like the shirt. So now, funny story though, just because we're here and this is what we're doing. It actually took about, I don't know, 6 to 8 months to get this shirt after I ordered it. Because when I ordered it, it was on back order, and I was told it would automatically ship when the stock replenished. So like several weeks go by. I checked online, and my order status said that it had been processed because like more stock came in, and that it was awaiting shipment. And it was just awaiting shipment for so long, like that I'd almost forgotten about it. And so I finally like emailed them back. I'm like, hey guys, like what's going on here? Like you said that it was going to ship out when the back order was over, and like it said that it was processed like a month and a half ago. Like what's happening here? Like, are you ever going to ship this out to me? And eventually they did, and they were very apologetic, and they sent me all kinds of like kind of free smaller stuff, some stickers and things. And I mean, it was all good, but I've never had to wait like 8 months for something after ordering it online. But oh well. Can't win them all. Vegan Zombie uses VDog. Yeah, a lot of people use VDog, and I've heard really good things about it. Yeah, I have not heard one bad thing about VDog. And if anybody is looking to make something homemade for vegan dog food. I'm going to try to find, I'm going to just look on my laptop here, and I'm going to find a video from my friend Shannon at the Veggie Nut, because she has a really good homemade vegan dog food recipe video. And it's really good. I mean, I say it's really good. I haven't eaten it. I don't know. I imagine it would be really good, though. So you can be sure to go check this out. I'm going to throw that in the links here. Sign in to chat. What the hell? No, I don't need to sign into chat. Why do I got to sign into chat? This is my damn video. Right. I'm having issues here on my laptop again, so just one sec, guys. I'm actually not very good at technology, which is funny because a lot of my job depends on the use of lots of technology. Okay. Yeah, you could eat it. I'm sure it tastes fine. But yeah, if you want to just save that link, watch it later, since you have dogs, check it out. Shannon and Eddie of the Veggie Nuts are amazing people, hilarious people. Just, you know, you're unapologetic New York vegans. Great couple. Hench Herbivore feeds his cats vegan. Right on. I will check that out and see if I can get some more tips from him. But yeah, so that video for the homemade vegan dog food. So if you can't get VDog in your area, I think you can order it online, but I don't know what it is pricing wise. But that recipe should help out. I'm just looking at the link that you sent me earlier, Byron, about the vegan ultra runner Alistair Gardner, and I can honestly say that person does not look familiar at all. I don't think I've heard of that person at all. That's crazy. Like John Joseph, very unapologetic. I don't know why that name is not ringing a bell with me. What, I know who that is, but I can't think of, like, do they have a channel? Because that's bothering me. I'm having one of those nights where, like, I just can't remember anything. Thanks, Byron, for the shout out to the Twitter feed. I don't use my Twitter very often, but it's another place to find me. I probably should use Twitter more. I just never know what to do. Because, like, I always used to kind of make fun of the people who would just make Facebook statuses about, like, oh, I just went outside, and they get back inside. Oh, I'm back inside. And just, so I feel like I don't know what to use Twitter for, because I retweet some stuff, but, like, I can't think of any, like, original content that I would ever really use Twitter for. So, Byron, you're the expert. If you have any tips or tricks, let me know. 80 cam world record. He did the 160 last year. Yeah, see, that's nuts. I wouldn't mind doing a 100-miler, but again, we get back to time management and not having the time to train for that at all. Well, folks, I think I'm soon going to wrap it up. It is 9:30 here. I've been on air for 80 minutes. I want to get a good night's sleep because I'm getting up at 6:30, so I'm getting up in 9 hours. Yeah, getting up in 9 hours because I'm going to get up, have some breakfast, and then head out to my race. So I want to make sure I get a nice, good night's sleep. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Red is Rad. I'm not sure if you're subbed, but by all means, just keep tweeting the name Janet Wakeland. The world needs to know about her. Okay, will do. I'll look it up. Yeah, so Red is Rad. Not sure if you're already subbed, but by all means, please go ahead and do so if you aren't already. It is 1:30 in the UK where Byron is. It is 7:30 probably where Red is Rad is. Good luck on the race. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Sean out in Phoenix, it is probably about 5:30 there, so he's probably eating some dinner right now. And to anybody else who didn't make themselves known, thanks for watching as well. I'm going to wrap it up. I've got some more videos coming up, guys, very soon. I took a little bit of a break here in October after doing Vlogust and then being very active in September as well. But yeah, I'm still here. I'll still have some good stuff. Indeed, man, actually getting ready to go to a little vegan festival, right? Because you are meeting Dr. Gregor tonight at the vegan festival. Man, that's awesome. I am very excited for you. Take some pictures, and man, that's cool. Tell him that John's Conscious Life in Nova Scotia, Canada says hey, and much love and respect. And that's it. All right, I gotta go, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Definitely appreciate all the support on here, on Strava, on everywhere else. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Peace.